Here's another pending lawsuit, this time against officers in Police Scotland who are willing to sink to new depths in petty and vindictive policing. This also goes to show how Scotland is an even bigger police state than England, due to this one unique law they just can't help abusing.
Sorry, say that again? You said I was not allowed to what?
You what, sorry?
I'm not allowed to what?
You're not allowed to do what?
What are you here? What do you need?
It's alright, I can phone the police, mate.
I phoned the police.
Geist is a private firm who surveys streets for public authorities. They drive around collecting images in much the same way Google Maps do. They don't need your permission to film you, but then you don't need their permission to film them. Especially when you're stood on your own front lawn, as this guy is.
Right, mate? Yeah, I'm not being funny. But see, you're allowed to record me and I'm allowed to record you. Aye, but everything is public, you see. And I find it quite curious that you're coming driving into my estate with cameras on.
If you notice the point of the road, we're doing this for the council, mate. It's for road damage. That's all it is. We're not filming any
I'm
houses.
just doing it because I'm very curious about that camera vehicle.
That's fair enough. As I say, all we do is the roads, mate. We don't record into any houses or anything off the road.
That's cool. You're not breaking the law, neither am I.
Yeah, alright, mate.
It's just what it is. You know, that's why there's cameras everywhere. That's why the police are recording, that's why everybody's recording.
So what do you do when somebody points a camera at you, pointing a camera at them? Call the police, of course. After all, it's not as if they've got anything better to do than respond to the childish complaints of two arrogant employees of a huge private corporation.
Right, Paul?
I take it yourself, son. It's involved in the dispute with
Aye.
the roads guys. What's the score from your perspective?
He kept driving in, kept driving out, and then he comes back and says, that's filming. And then he says, we've got to phone the police. I was like, okay. So that's it.
Right, so what's the drama from maybe I'm missing something, I don't quite.
No, that's it.
Right.
I said to him that's not illegal with that. So I don't know what your problem is.
So you've not got a problem with him filming the condition of the roads, and basically these cameras are they scan the road for the conditions of the the paving and such like. So maybe they're going to bid for the contract for maintenance work. I don't know. My colleague's speaking to them, but
yeah, that's fine. They're within the right to do that.
Right, okay.
I don't have a problem with that. Even if I did, it's not illegal. So.
Right. No, well, any real brief? No. So they've came in, drove back in again.
Then they come threatening us with the police. Just playing football with my son. I don't know what that's all about.
So they've just phoned us. In your eyes, they've just phoned us because you're filming.
Yeah.
Why are you filming them out of interest?
I'm curious. Why they're filming us?
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll just get you your name, sir.
No,
just
no,
see
you
what's
don't.
to you.
No, thank you.
And I'll find you. Right.
I don't believe I've broken the law, so I'm not entitled to give you my details.
No. Right.
I'm just making sure you're all within the remit of the law, right?
Well,
Officer 1519. What's your name?
How come we're going down
Sorry,
this road,
what's your name?
How come we're going down this road, sir?
Can I have your name?
I'm just trying. No, you can't have my name. You've got my details, right? All I'm trying to do, sir, is just to speak about where it is coming from your perspective. We'll speak to them.
That's my perspective.
And if there's no real complaint being made or anything like that, we'll just be away. That's all we're doing.
No, it says no, nobody breaks the law, right?
Well, no, I mean...
You're here to enforce the law, right?
Yeah, that's why we're...
He's harassing me now. Said nobody ever does big cameras. Pointing at me and my family.
Well, let's see what's happening now. We'll see what's happening. It's all right.
Thank you.
Right, no bother. I'll make it back. I'll see what Gary's saying to me.
Okay. We'll talk to Gary.
Give me 2 seconds.
So, am I detained? I'm just making sure that
What?
just wondering because you said I should wait.
No.
You told me to wait.
I'm saying just he's a sec. I speak to Gary because I want to see what. Obviously, the road's in Rapsdale.
Just making sure I'm not being detained here.
Yeah.
Because then I would like to know why.
I'm not. No.
Oh, okay.
No, you're not being detained because
all right,
I don't know what you're getting detained for. I don't know if you are getting detained.
All right.
So that's what we need to try and
Oh,
make
just
sure.
because you asked me to wait.
Like I say, I'm trying to be as fair as I can with you. You didn't really be. You're being a bit. How can I describe it?
Within my law, within my rights.
I wouldn't quite put it like that. Like I say, I'm being as decent as I can. Try to find.
So am I. I've told you exactly what happened.
Just being a bit funny with me.
If you watched any more than about 2 videos on this channel, then you'll know there's no greater offence you can give to a police officer than refusing your details. They'll come down hard on anyone who dares say no to them and will abuse a full force of the law so they never have to walk away losing face.
How are you doing, sir?
Oh, sir, not bad. How are you?
Not too bad. The gentleman and the van are working on behalf of South Lanarkshire Council.
Okay.
Their concern is obviously your attitude towards them and the way you spoke to them. You know, it's possibly placing them in a state of fear and alarm regarding your conduct, because they do this every day.
Right, can we see some evidence of that?
Well,
Did you see evidence of that?
it's their perception of your.
Oh, so it's hearsay.
No, it's their perception. So if two people in Scotland say something happened, okay, and their perception is your attitude towards them and your behaviour towards them places them in a state of fear and alarm. They're not from Scotland, so the laws down in England are slightly different from so their perception was you couldn't do what you were doing.
I'm not allowed to record in public, but you know that I'm within my legal right to do that.
But their perception, being from England, you're not allowed to do it down there.
It's good thing you've educated them.
It places them. It still doesn't stop them being placed in a state of fear
It's
and
not
alarm.
my problem. That's their feelings.
So what this cop's trying to say is that it doesn't matter if filming a public works van is legal in Scotland. If it's illegal in England, which it isn't, the victims can import their own perception of the law into Scotland. Well, what an amazing country that must be to live in, where I can tell the cops what I think the law is and they have to enforce it. Not that it could be any worse than what the cops themselves think the law is. And what a 99-carat gold-plated moron this plod is. Could his Toy Town interpretation log get any more ridiculous? Of course it could. He's a cop.
No, but the point is, they've been placed in a state of fear and alarm by your conduct.
Right.
Okay, so whether you think that's right or whether you don't think it's right, that is their perception of your actions towards them.
Right.
Therefore, they've been placed in a state of fear and alarm, then their phone does.
Okay.
Okay, so that is why their phone does, because you've been up there sticking a camera in their face.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
You're recording me just now.
Yep.
You know, Police Scotland say I've got to allow you to record me.
Exactly.
Exactly. But I'm only a police officer 40 hours a week.
Okay.
Thank God.
The other 120 hours a week, I'm a private citizen.
Yes.
Okay, out with my kids. I don't particularly want to be walking down the street to have some.
Unfortunately, we live in the UK then.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
No,
At the same time, you wouldn't like to be walking down the street and somebody going, "Oh, there's that guy that was on YouTube or on here or on there."
I can't really do anything about it, can I? When it's the law.
Well, whether it's the law or whether it's not the law.
Excuse me. 383.
383. Okay.
Sorry, my thoughts got all over the place when you said that.
Okay. Do we know your name, sir?
No, thank you very much.
Okay. Why would you not provide me with your details?
Excuse me, and I?
Right.
How am I committing a crime?
Well, there's been an allegation made that your conduct could be construed as a breach of the peace. Okay, so under the terms of Section 13 of the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act, I require you to provide me with your details. Failing to provide me with your details as being a witness, i.e. stroke suspect in a crime, is an offence.
Yeah, I think you're in the wrong here. You need to arrest me.
And there it is. The Scottish Copper's Chokehold. Section 13 of the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act. I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before the government sees fit to arm all the bullies in blue in England and Wales with this Section 13 power to get their own back. But notice how it states that the constable has to have reasonable grounds to suspect a person has committed or is committing an offence. This cop has described no actual offence except breach of the peace, which he dropped in after when the cameraman refused to give his details. He's also deferred his reasonable suspicion to that of the 2 occupants of the van, without bothering to form any reasonable suspicion of his own. He could have asked to see the video of the event that the cameraman's holding in his hand, but we all know this has nothing to do with investigating an offence, and it's all about this officer flexing his withered authority in the open air. So if you live in Scotland, here's the news. Section 13 is not a power to automatically demand details. In the absence of any reasonable belief an offence has occurred, an arrest under Section 13 is unlawful.
No,
if that's the case.
Well, so
I don't believe you.
You don't
Honestly.
believe me?
Are you going to allow him to do this?
Right, sir.
Okay.
Section 13 of the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act gives me the power to arrest you, take you to a police office to get you.
To identify myself. If I've done a crime. If I've done a
No,
crime.
if you're a witness to or a suspect
or involved in a crime, sir.
But no crime has happened, has it? Has a crime happened? You have
Well,
admitted this several times. No crime has happened.
No, I haven't said no crimes to that. I said
Well,
their
it's
perception
not illegal. Is it illegal to film in public space?
No, that's
No.
not. You,
So that's not a crime.
The perception
Right,
is your,
okay, you do your thing then.
your behaviour towards them. Okay.
Right. Are you going to
Okay, so
record
you're,
this?
so you're not
What
willing
is
to
it?
provide me
Come
your
on.
details?
No,
When
no, let them arrest me. I'm going to sue them because I'm
Do
in
we
my right
really
hand.
need to go down this road,
But
sir?
if that's you're threatening me with
No,
arrest,
it's not threatening you at
you're
all.
threatening me. You're
just
causing
informing
me
you of the
I'm
law,
under
sir.
stress. You're threatening me with arrest in front of my kid.
Just
He
inform
runs
me of the law, sir.
upstairs.
His kid's not here.
he's just
No,
running
he
over.
runs upstairs. You're threatening
Wait
me
a minute.
with arrest in
All
front of my
we're
kids.
asking-
Excuse me,
all
officer.
we're
I think
asking
you should go right now or arrest me
All we're asking
because
is
you're
your
causing
details.
me really much alarm and stress right
Well,
now.
see if you don't can calm yourself down.
Can I-
You
No.
will be arrested.
Can I just say something?
Yes. No, stay out of it. Stay out of
They've
it. No,
said
you
that
do
they
not
were
say
alarmed
anything.
and distressed by us, but they came in here, drove up and down, went out as if they were leaving, done about turn, and
That's-
came back up and
that's-
shouted out the window to
That's your
him.
job.
So no, but why
Listen,
did they
don't
go back?
argue with him.
Why did they go out and come back in?
Right, no, sir.
Then if it's this
And off they go, thinking on an empty head. The cameraman was arrested, handcuffed, and dumped in a cell for 2 hours back at the station until he complied with the officer's demands to give his details, where he was subsequently charged under Section 13 and summoned to court, all for filming on his own front lawn and daring to set the driver straight when he was told not to. What a wonderful use of police powers, and all because PC Wallace and Gromit took a slight dint to their plasticine power.